The following program is a live podcast with hospitality individuals and chefs who are real people. Topics may include drinking, occasional vitamin use, choreographed violence, Appalachian humor, politics, comic books, ghosts, overindulgence, polyamory, theft, obstruction of justice, bleeding wounds, and more. These things some people may find offensive, but are not limited to what may offend some people but not others. The show does occasionally use language that would be not safe for work. But it's how real people talk, and like we said in the first line of the warning, these are real people. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, please call our comment line at 860-744-4767. Thank you.
Is it better to be feared or respected? And I say, is it too much to ask for both?
Refill your eggnog for you, get you something to eat, drive you out to the middle of nowhere, leave you for dead?
No, I'm doing just fine, Clark. Just glad to be here.
Yeah.
That is one big pile of shit.
That man is playing Galaga. Thought we wouldn't notice, but we did.
Dear Lord Jesus, this ain't happening, man. This can't be happening, man. This isn't happening.
Nice muscles, Tyler, dude.
I actually give a whole talk about treating our work like an athletic event. And when you see it that way, it doesn't mean you don't have fun. And I mean, having a shift drink and hanging with the people you just did battle with should never be taken away. But I mean, what's wrong with like calling that out a little bit? It almost feels like our industry is growing up a little bit. And I know it's easy to hold on to what was and to really glorify it. And I liked the School of Hard Knocks. I liked how hard life was. I felt like I was doing something not a lot of people could handle. But it doesn't mean it needs to be the norm. And I think that to have that stuff challenged, I don't think is that awful.
I admit I don't look like the athlete of the day supposed to look. My belly's just a little big, my hand is just a little big, but brother, I am bad and they know I'm bad. And there were two bad people. One was John Wayne and he's dead, brother, and the other one's right here.
If you just shut the fuck up for 30 seconds, you might learn something.
Welcome to Mama Food Pod, #1 live digital audio industry show for chefs by chefs. Hosted by multi-time Food Network winner and award-winning chef, Chef Plum, and culinary veteran, star of the Food Saver commercial, Chef Jeff. So wrap, date, and rotate because the boys are about to set your Nissan flaws. Here are the Good Brothers.
Oh, yeah. What's happening, everybody? Happy Thursday to you. I hope you and your family are doing absolutely fantastic, because, you know, we are here at the show as well. I certainly to do. It's all about setting the heat. We got a great group of farmers coming on to tell us about the peppers they grow, and we're excited to have them on here and talk all about it. It's going to be a lot of fun, especially close to the holidays here. Nothing more exciting to me to light it up than hot sauce in the summertime, or in the wintertime, or in the Christmas time, or Easter time, whatever time it is. It's always time for heat. We love it. We definitely want to have it in here. So it's going to be a fun show tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, before we get started, though, I just want to take a couple seconds. Those of you who know, I live in Newtown, Connecticut. Today is the 11th anniversary of Sandy Hook. I had kids who were in kindergarten when Sandy Hook happened. My kids did not go to Sandy Hook school. They were a mile away. Every school went on lockdown. It was a very, very odd time, a life-changing time, especially for me as a chef. It was a life-changing time, too. It was the event in my life that made me stop yelling about butter, stop yelling about dumb things that don't matter in life. It made me live in the moment right now and stop worrying about so much of the past or what's going to happen tomorrow, that living in right now and how that's so important. So I want to tell everybody out there, we love you. Thanks for hanging out with us. Thanks for being in the moment with us right now. And, you know, it's one of those things. I think these tragedies happen all over the country. And, you know, regardless of politics, we should never forget they happened and should always acknowledge that they happened and the people who had to go through them. So much love to everybody. Excited to have you guys all here. Just as a person who lives here in Newtown, it's important to point it out and talk about it in my world. So I appreciate you taking the time to listen to me. I'm joined here on the program by none other than a COVID survivor, a commercial star. He is a great producer when it comes to all things culinary as well as television. As a matter of fact, he has an Emmy nomination as well, just like myself. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our good friend Chef Jeffy. There he is. What's up, buddy?
What up?
There he is.
What's going on?
I had to do my
everybody
stand-up
feeling?
thing. You know, it's the day.
Listen, that was a terrible tragedy, and you know, I totally get it. You know, honestly, I don't even know what to say. It's
Scary
just
day.
awful. Yeah, no,
Scary
super
day.
scary day, and I'm sure you know, it's very close to home for you. You know, literally.
I did a little more heartfelt on Instagram. I do a post every year about it when it comes around. So you know, did it
Yeah,
there.
no, totally. I'm not even saying it like that. I'm just saying I just know it's like, oh hey, what's up, Vanessa?
Merry Christmas, Vanessa, to you as well. Also joining us here over there in the big producer chair, this gentleman here is an Army veteran. He is also an Emmy-nominated culinary producer. He is a very attractive gentleman. The beard is looking nice these days, Jeffy, don't you think?
Oh, gorgeous.
There he is,
man.
right
Look at this
there,
guy.
the animal.
Hello.
Hey. What's up, buddy?
Yo, what up? Hello.
What's going on, man? How are you?
I'm fantastic. I'm also mourning the same tragedy you are. Not far, you know. I remember that day vividly. It was one of them days, like you said, you grab your children that night, hug them, let them know how much they mean to you. It's important to understand that. It's important to appreciate the things you have in life. So it's one of them things
Life-changing
that,
day, man. And for
absolutely.
me, for sure. I'm a classically trained French chef. I used to yell about butter. I would yell about the beans not being folded the right way. After that day, everything changed. It all changed, and I became this guy who smiles and happy and has like that fun.
I love that.
Yeah,
Love that
it
guy.
was a change because life's too short to worry about that sort of stuff, especially right here around the holidays, man.
See, that's life, man. That's the beautiful thing about life. Tragedy turn it into beauty. You know, it's like,
Yeah.
I love that.
Dude, pain and pleasure, they're not that far apart.
Yeah, no, I'm pretty high too.
Of course you are. When aren't you?
That's not what I was saying, Jeffy. I mean, you might as well just say it's a Thursday. It's a Tuesday.
Well, you don't got
That's
to be
all I'm
hurtful
saying.
about it. I don't know why you want to be hurtful. That's not
Love the
nice.
Rocky Mountain Hot Jeffy. Okay, that sound. I don't want to tell you what that sounds like, but we all know what I'm thinking.
Listen, Rocky Mountain Hot Jeffy, that's a shout out to the guests that we're having tonight.
Yeah.
All right. All
Well,
right.
we're gonna have a great show because Jeffy, you introduced us to these fun people here, and I'll tell you what.
Yeah.
They sent us a lovely box of products to try. We don't hide that. They sent it over to us. Some great stuff, a lot of fun, right here. Our friends from Leading Tree Microfarm are going to join us here in a few minutes. We're excited to hang
Hell
out
yeah.
with them. Should be
Super
a lot of fun.
excited. Super excited. You don't even know Jeff's a meme master. You know, you can send him the worst
You?
meme.
Yeah, I was like-
and he will send you. No, he can one up me in 20 seconds flat. It's incredible. I'm not even joking. To the
Okay.
point where I'll be like,
Wow.
all right, I have to put my phone down. That was disturbing.
Wow. This is
And
a
you know,
lot.
and I have weird shit. I be pulling the weird shit out. Jeff's. When I really fuck with you guys, I probably came from Jeff. I'm just letting you know.
Oh, is that where it comes from?
Okay. That
So-
says a lot.
My algorithm is his fault. Is that what you're telling me?
It might be. I don't know.
Great. Fantastic.
There's
I'm
6
excited
points of
about it.
separation. He's ruined a lot of people's mornings.
Jeez. Hey, just a couple of notes out there really quick before we jump on here. If you haven't checked out Forging the Path, the podcast from our friends over at Forged and Fire.
Oh, yeah.
with Grady and it
Good
is
brother.
and
Doug.
it's a really, really fun
Doug.
episode of the show. Yeah, Doug's on there. Doug and his Cully, right? That stuff's awesome.
Doug. Dude,
I was a guest on the show, had a great conversation. I spoke very highly of Jeff and Dan. They probably listened to it yet. They don't like when I
I
talk
want to
to them
get
about
collie balls.
you know. Yeah, the fake ones, right? I know what you're talking about. But it's a
Oh,
great show.
yeah.
Check it out, Forging the Path. It's all about people who make their own destinies, who kind of make their own paths, who do things a different way, against the grain. You know, I think I kind of hit that whole, hole in one in my world. I think we don't really do things the right way anyway.
Yeah.
But great show. Check them out. Of course, Doug and
Don't
Grady,
listen.
good friends of ours. Big shout out to Dan McKenna, their producer. It's a great show. Check it out, Forging the Path podcast. I mean, this whole relationship we're building with the Forged and Fire people, I think I'm going to be a full-time judge on the show, Dan.
Hell yeah. That's what's up. You
I think I'm
should
just
be.
gonna quit and just going to be a full-time judge.
Hell
That's a
yeah.
good idea.
Yo,
You know?
yo,
That's the
they
plan.
gotta let you hack some shit up more.
Yeah,
I feel like
they
they
should.
let
I
you
want one of the
stab
ballistic
stuff.
I want one of the ballistic.
Yo,
things,
for real.
right? I do want to point out, Jeffy, you know, we got some fun things coming up, man. You see this face right here? See this face? Look at this face. You know what this face is telling you right now? Got some big things brewing. That's what it's telling you. We got some big things working, especially for this program. We're really excited about it. So I don't know. I want to start talking, but I'm not going to. And I hate people who do it. I just fucking did, but it's the truth. It's the truth. I'm excited about it. It's exciting.
Let's not do that. Don't get too excited. Relax.
That's true. That's true.
Relax.
Hey, final plug before we get on to our guests and hang out here. You can check out this guy right here. God, I'm so upset that you put this picture.
That's the best picture
But you keep
ever.
throwing it up there.
Well, fuck you with your screenshot.
I saw that shit all week.
Oh, Jesus.
All week I was just getting this. Why this picture?
Sun Wine and Food Fest is happening January 24th to the 27th, I believe. Somewhere around there. 26, 27, 28. It's like 4 days this year. We're going to be there. It's going to be great. Doing the dine around, which is a big event. And of course, I think I'm hosting one of the stages as well. All your favorite celebrity chefs are going to be there. Martha Stewart's coming. It is the biggest festival on the East Coast. It is so much fun.
Yeah.
You got to get there and check it out. Events are already selling out, Jeffy.
Yeah, absolutely, man. You're going to be hosting a Coke stage. It's going to be lit. Me and Dan are going to be behind you, pumping up the crowd, probably giveaways, doing cool shit.
It's going to be awesome.
You know,
I had the conversation tomorrow to figure out what all this means, and then we can make our plan after that tomorrow.
Oh, it's on.
Yeah, I think
maybe we do the podcast live again this year.
I think so. We'll talk to our friends over at Lansdowne, the Irish.
Yeah, we were at Lansdowne. I mean, you guys, if we're there, even if we're not on a stage, you should come by. We'll get lit.
And you shouldn't get a sour tummy this year. You tend to get sour tummy every year.
I'm not even going to eat food this year. I'm just going to eat white bread. I'm gonna eat white bread,
no alcohol,
and drink alcohol and smoke weed. That's it.
You walk past a seafood restaurant and you're like, you know what sounds good? I'll have some squid. And the place smells
hey man,
like
when
shit
you're
to begin
winning,
with.
Sometimes you want a little squid to just, a little squinjil. You smell a little something nice.
The problem is the seafood restaurant would make sense. Is when he shows up at the diner and then he's like, "Hey, I want squid." That's where the problem is. It's like, no, time and place, bro. Time and place.
And you're licking people's.
They're
bowls
actually
in the kitchen
baby
with watch-
octopuses.
Okay, talk over me. That's fine. Go ahead, Jeffy. It's up to you.
I'm just telling you what it was.
Jeffy's so high he doesn't realize he's steamrolling.
I'm just telling you what it was.
All right. Well, listen, it's going to be a lot of fun. Check it out. Mohegan Sun Food and Wine Festival. There it is. Boom. You got to get there. It's going to be awesome. And all the events. There's not a bad event on the whole card. You got to get there and check it out.
It's wild. It's a wild event. It's super
Why are you
fun.
mad at me?
Who's mad at who?
You are. You're mad at me.
What? Why am I mad at you?
I don't know. Is having the one headphone on make it so you can't hear me?
Stop making it weird.
I'm going to keep pointing it out till we fix it. That's what I do.
You guys are weird.
Now Dan thinks you're weird.
What did I
I
do?
think both of you are weird.
What? I don't think so. Listen. We're just going to wait right here. That's what we're going to do. We're just going to wait right here until we all figure it out. All right? Bottom line. This is what we're going to do.
What are we talking about? What is going on right now?
Hank is upset with you. Do you see how Hank is upset with you? Hank is chiming on instant feedback.
Hank.
He's upset with you. That's all I'm saying.
He wants to see us. He's not upset with us. No one's ever mad at us.
Listen, our friends we've got with us tonight, our guests, we got to get these guys involved in New York Hot Sauce Expo.
The green room.
He's still talking. He has no idea that I'm talking. Jeffy, what is going on with you? How do you not know that I'm talking? Stop talking fucking over me. Jeffy's in timeout.
Damn, son.
This dude, I don't know what his problem is. He's never this talky. Look, who's he talking to right now? What's he doing? Here we go. Wait a minute.
The ghost in his apartment.
Here we go.
Go ahead, Jeff.
Well, I thought you
No,
signed
do
me
what
off
you're
for a
doing.
second, so I went that. I was leaned over to grab my bong, but I'm not. You know.
That's a good idea. Sounds like you need more of that.
What? I didn't realize I was talking over you. I thought I was more background noise, but
oh my god,
we're all background noise to form.
I know.
Wow.
What is going on?
I don't know, buddy. What's happening?
I don't know. You're really emotional.
Hank's still
Everyone's getting
upset.
so emotional.
Hank is still upset. He's on the instant feedback.
I get so emotional, baby.
Fucking Pisces.
That's what I feel like is going on.
Our guests tonight are introduced to
The
us
dumpster on fire this early. It's wild.
by our good friend Jeffy. They are farmers out in Colorado growing all kinds of peppers. They are big believers in sustainability. They are big believers in helping with food insecurities. They are committed to promoting sustainable agricultural practices, promoting the environment, and improving food security all across the world. They believe in working together that we can create a better future for our planet and everyone on it. And they also are firm believers in burning the fuck out of their clients when it comes to their hot sauce, which makes it a lot of fun. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our friends Cindy and Jeff from Leaning Tree Micro Farm. There we go.
Yeah.
Jeff, Cindy, I want to apologize ahead of time if Jeffy happens to steamroll over your conversation right away, because Jeffy's in his own world right now.
That's okay.
It's Jeffy's world. We're just living in it. That's all it is to it. That's all it is to it. We're excited to have you guys on the show and talk to you. You sent us a beautiful box of stuff to try, and we've tried a lot of things. The interesting thing, I think, about what you guys do, and we talk lots of hot sauces. We judge the New York Hot Sauce Expo every year. It's a great event. You should get involved in it. We can make that happen if you want to. But it's the peppers that you use and that you grow. I've never heard of half of these things. Where do they come from? How do you find these seeds? And I mean, are these peppers that are on a normal, pepper farmer sort of radar, or is it something different?
The Reapers, the Ghosts, habaneros, jalapenos, very common. The Ajis, the Marugas,
Scotch Brains, the St. Lucia bonnets.
Those are not as common, but heat, flavor range, for the sake of variety, for the hot sauces, the jams, our other products, for the sake of variety, for the amateur and professional chefs that we sell to at farmers markets, via the internet, etc. Variety, lots of variety.
Where do they come from? Where do you find these peppers? These are different types of, these chilies that you have are all kinds of, I've never heard of before.
Sometimes we do some research. I make most of the hot jams, and so when I'm looking for a certain pepper that has a certain taste, then I do a little bit of research on the internet and find different peppers. We're looking for unique peppers. We grow stuff that no one else either wants to or does. So our client base is quite large when it comes to being in season and having that available. It's just not a bunch of bell peppers, or, we grow sometimes 4 different types of jalapenos, but we also use all of these peppers for our own personal use, our own sauce line that we have, seasonings.
It's basically trying to find some of the hottest, most unique flavored peppers from different parts of the world. A lot of the stuff this year was South American. A bunch of stuff came from Spain. A lot of stuff from here in this country. It's just a matter of looking around. What can we add? That the Matafrates from Brazil turned out to. Ran them as a test. They turned out to be an unbelievable pepper. We'll be running production numbers next year because of what they can add to sauces, standalone, pickled, dried, etc., etc., etc. But they've got to have incredible heat and incredible flavor.
Yeah, man. Well, okay. So let's talk about this for a second. So, is it about the heat? Is it about the flavor? Is it about both? What do you look for the most?
It's a balance of both.
Has to be a balance of both.
Okay, our friend Vanessa's chiming in saying, "Be the Oppenheimer of the pepper." All right, well, there you go. And literally, also another comment coming in: cultivate the peppers with so much Scoville. That's the measurement of heat in a pepper that it literally blows someone's head off. I think it's interesting. The term pepper comes from old explorers coming across who would want to eat peppers to make themselves sweat. So they would think of pepper, they would think of sweating, and then we get to a point here where they didn't understand when they got here. They found some of the Central America specifically. They find some of these peppers that are super, super hot, and it really makes them sweat. So, when you taste these peppers, do you taste them just dry? Do you taste them as they're fresh off a plant? How do you taste them?
In season, almost on a daily basis, by 7 o'clock in the morning, to see how ripe they are, where their flavor profiles at week to week, and because I enjoy hurting myself.
Jesus, Jeff, I was like, who doesn't like you? It makes you do this. This is crazy.
I did that the other. I ate one of the cherry bombs on the phone with Plum, and he had to hang up on me because I was like, why did all I had was coffee. And then I was like, these peppers look so good. I'm just gonna snack one. I ate it. It was delicious. Then it got really hot. Then I was like walking to work, and I was like all of a sudden doubled over on 7th Avenue. People are like moving away from me. I'm like, whoo!
I'm
I
literally
don't
on the
know,
phone with
Plum.
Jeff, talking contracts and like some important shit going on, and talking about contracts and things that need to be changed. And I'm like, yeah, Jeff, they don't want to change Article 6 or paragraph C and B, and it's just they need to change this. And Jeff you hear him going, oh God, oh man. I'm like, that's not helpful. Like,
Jeff,
made my
gets
whole stomach. I felt it moving through my all the way through my small and lower.
Well, you're a notorious weak stomach, though. It's okay.
I do have a sour tummy. It's weird.
You get sour tummy,
but I like hot food, so it's like it's a delicate balance.
So you're tasting these things that early in the morning, getting that taste, and your body does kind of adjust to it after you've done it several times. I do understand that. Much like when you taste the hot sauce for a judging, you get used to it. Cindy, are you a pepperhead too, or no?
I have my limits.
Okay.
You know,
I have a feeling those limits are probably still higher than most people.
Everyone has that heat level. I have tried ghost peppers, and I've tried the Reaper. Eating a Reaper, literally, I'll never do it again. But it was an experience. But very, very hot experience, and well above my tolerance. So.
That was your limit. Okay.
Yeah,
I have a clip I want to play for you guys so you can see how serious we are about hot sauce. This is a very serious clip. This is us at the New York Hot Sauce Expo this year. Check this out. Look at this. That's Jeffy right there at the Hot Sauce Expo. You scroll down. He has hot sauce holsters on his pants. All right, friends. Hot sauce holsters.
Nice.
That's how serious we get about this.
Very nice.
It's true.
It's a true story. It's a true story. Talk about the farming practices a little bit and kind of how you guys farm and what's different about the way you do it.
We have a very small 2-acre parcel here. It's a 120, 130-year-old farm that we resurrected a few years ago. It had been abandoned for a long time.
Okay.
Completely organic. The only fertilizers we use, we put compost manure, gets ripped into the soil once a year, usually in the fall, early winter. Other than that, well, the only way you can fit 15,000 plants onto 1.5 acres or a little bit more than that is with drip irrigation lines. So 2.5 miles of drip irrigation, using almost no water, organic soil, lots of sunshine, tons of heat. This year was fantastic. The hotter the temperatures are, the hotter the sun is, the hotter the peppers can get. And this year, a little hotter than we expected. So,
wow. Okay, that's interesting because I think that we kind of glazed over that 15,000 plants. That's insane.
On a little more than 1.5 acres, 2.5 miles of drip irrigation line. Yeah, it's almost like square foot gardening, but on almost 2 acres. So,
wow. And this is you guys are in Colorado, right?
We're in southeastern Colorado, in Fowler, Otero County in particular. We're just east of Pueblo.
So just talk a little bit about, like, I don't know. I'm interested to hear how, is the weather there? Is it in my brain, it's like constantly dry and hard to grow stuff there. Is it?
Dry, yes. Real low humidity, 315 plus days of sun. I mean, it's one of the reasons we moved here is just endless sunshine. But it's primarily an agricultural county, agricultural community. It's for the peppers. It's got to be one of the best places in the world to grow them because of the soil conditions, the sun, the everything combined. It really doesn't get any better.
Yeah, I mean, because I don't know if people realize how much, that affects the pepper taste or anything you grow, like where it grows, the soil it grows in, how much the wind blows, how much rain comes, how much salinity is in the air, all affect the flavor of whatever you're growing. It's really, really interesting.
Absolutely.
Got a question coming in here on the instant feedback from our friend Vanessa. Why has society moved towards being spicy in the past decade or so? And I think it's a really, really good question. I'll let you guys start with that because I have an answer for that, but would love to hear your thoughts.
Why? New popular trend, growing and growing. I mean, we see it everywhere now, from fast food to candy to I mean, you name it. The number of fast food outlets that suddenly have a slice of hot pepper, or it's the spicy version. It's grown every year. We track it as a trend. As far as its origin, though, not really too sure on an opinion on that. Not really too sure how much I care, as long as it continues to grow the way it has been. I mean, year to year, we see more and more people, even from the farmers market, that might buy one or two of the super hots, are suddenly buying mixed super hots by the pound this year.
Yeah.
They're going home and they're not just making a pot of chili. They're making some fairly complicated kimchi, fermenting type things, hot sauces, hot jams like we make, all kinds of fun stuff. But watching it grow in popularity over the last few years, well, for what we're doing selfishly, it's fantastic. So, and we try to cater to the interest in what people want, which is stupid hot a lot of the time, and that's awesome.
You're right, and I think it's interesting because just to kind of throw my 2 cents to tag what you guys said there, it is everywhere, and I think that comes from food education. I think we are now, as a people, more universally aware of our food, where it comes from, what's in it, what flavors are. Even people who aren't foodies understand certain things about flavors that they never understood before. So hitting that extra, we have the smell, the hearing, the taste, right? When you have chilies, you can now feel it. So it's a whole different level of flavor that you're getting in your mouth. I know when I eat hot things, like I add hot sauce to boring food so I can feel it. I want to be able to up the level of it, bring it up a little bit. And, people are becoming not so afraid. Usually, you think about it, 15, 20 years ago, you say jalapeno, everyone's like, oh, no, I don't like spicy food. I'm not doing spicy food.
True.
But now, as we all know, jalapenos aren't that hot. It's not that bad. It's not that bad at all. Right. But most people had that, jalapenos are bad. They're super spicy. So I think that's where it came from. Let's get ready to see how fun this is going to be. Jeffy, what do you think?
About jalapenos?
Sure. Tell us about jalapenos, Jeffy.
I'm afraid to talk.
Jeffy, why?
Go the question back up.
Dan, what do you think? This question, man, that came through. What do you think, buddy?
I think it's more people desiring that full flavor profile. You always hit it on salty, you always hit on sweet, but spicy was always neglected. And I think people are now going, I want that well-rounded, I want that hit. Fuck black pepper. Let me get some spice in it. Let me get something that's going to not just adds a little bit of that pepper, but it's also going to add a little fruit, a little flavor. There's other things to it. Like when you really have a pepper, especially when you go as intricate as you guys go with all the different peppers, you're getting different flavor profiles on top of the spice.
Right.
And all that elevates all the flavor all around. And then you get this full body balance that really complements every dish when you want. That's what I look for. I always want that. I love that hit of spice at the back end. It's beautiful.
That little bit of bite in the background. Yeah. And Vanessa's chiming back in. You didn't just see this level of proliferation taking a product or any product and making it spicy to be successful when I was young. Yeah, spicy does makes a massive, massive difference. And she also agreed, saying, bingo, it's everywhere. So there you go. I couldn't agree more. I think spice is kind of everywhere. I don't know if it's a trend. I think maybe it's a trend, but it's not going to go away. I mean, spicy stuff is delicious. Hot sauce is fantastic. I mean, if you're growing great peppers, people want to be a part of that and they want to get down with that. I've watched, the New York Hot Sauce Expo is packed. There's thousands of people there. They love it. So when it comes down to making peppers and the jams and the pickles that you guys make, talk about some of the things you look for and why you put something in a pickle instead of a jam.
Well, that's more your domain.
Okay. Well, so the jalapeno candy that we do, we can't call it cowboy candy because it's trademarked. So we call it, I make several versions of that. One is just a plain savory jalapeno candy. And then the jalapeno candy comes when we grow several varieties of jalapenos. And when we have them all together, they're so beautiful. And I see the colors, and to me, I'm like, okay, these just need to be sliced up, and let's just do a jalapeno candy style and leave those beautiful colors intact.
Yeah.
So
plus the multiple types of jalapenos. One's a lemon spice, one's a gelato, one's a traditional green jalapeno. Each has a unique range of flavors, especially the lemon spice.
Wow.
But why pickle it versus make it into a relish? Certain things, the Bulgarian carrot peppers, the jalapenos, lend themselves to the pickling, whereas we use a lot of the much hotter ones for the jams and the hot sauces.
Okay.
Yeah, we make a smoked spicy jalapeno relish.
Delicious, by the way.
Thank you. But it is just jalapenos. Now we make a smoked spicy relish with, I think this year's had 26 of our hottest peppers in it. And it's, well, I don't know if you've tried it yet, but it's kind of scorching.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It's one of the hottest.
But then you make a great product like the April Hot jam, which I just fell in love with. I put it on pork belly this past week and I had it on the smoker. It is next level, delicious. It hits all the points I want to hit. It's got a little sweetness to it. The heat's not overpowering for people. I love something like that. How often do you guys take a recipe like that and have to tweak it and change it? Because the peppers are going to be different all the time when you grow them, aren't they? Their levels of heat are never the exact same.
Never the exact same, but that's one of the reasons we dry huge quantities of the peppers that we grow.
Smart.
And I'm talking huge quantities. That way you can duplicate these things. All the recipes are written down in kind of excruciating detail, so they can be exactly duplicated. Yeah, you will get some variation year to year, but if you're sticking with the fresh and then same dried version through the off season, no, we can duplicate things over and over until we run out of that pepper. But the apricot and all of the hot jams, again, something that's become very popular. We sold regular jam and jelly for quite a while at the farmer's market, and then realized, hey, there's a demand for the hot. Let's start making those. And that's where the experimentation came in. And the farmer's market up in Old Colorado City that runs every summer into the fall is the ultimate test kitchen with hundreds of tasters that show up every Saturday morning and will tell you, hey, this is, or maybe this needs a little work, or are you insane, depending how hot it is. It's one of our favorite things about the farmer's market. It's a great crowd, and they will try. The options to experiment are awesome. They're just.
And I've got to say too, our hot jams and whatnot, those were all made using recipes from me making jams with my grandmother when I was real little. She never used pectin. It was always all natural. So there's never any pectin added in any of our jams. They take longer to make, but I tell you what, the flavor can't be beat when you do it that way. So
I was literally snacking on a jalapeno jam and some cream cheese today. It was delicious.
They'll be full of flavor because there's nothing really added to them. It's just a matter of cooking them and letting the flavors meld and do their own thing,
I mean, why anybody hasn't made a jalapeno peanut butter, I'll never know. Jalapeno peanut butter to go with the peanut butter jam. What are we doing? Like, it can't be hard to make, right?
I could do it easily.
Actually, with the dried peppers, you could mix them with peanut butter, powdered
peanut butter.
Very easily. Actually, yeah.
Jalapeno peanut butter and jelly. Let's go. I mean, come on. That's what I'm talking about here.
I love that. Well, that's the part of the fun is anything can be done with them, and what whether it's one of the mellower peppers, medium range peppers, or some of the extremely hots, what do they pair with? What do they match up with? What can we create out of them? That's part of the fun.
I love it. You guys also have a coffee that you sent over to us. I have not had a chance to get into the coffee yet because I haven't been home. But Jeff, you are drinking some of that now.
I've been drinking it. Yeah, I've been drinking it. It's my second cup this evening. It's really good.
Tell us about the flavor. Tell us about this and why. Is it spicy or what is it, Jeff? And then
it is a little spicy. I put like a cinnamon creamer in it, which goes really well with like the spice of it. And the coffee itself has like a real chocolatey kind of like mocha quality to it. And then the spice is like the whole thing together is like really, really, really good because it's not
like an evening coffee kind of.
Yeah, like I put like a little bit of creamer in it, not like a ton of it. So it's like I put a little bit of sweetener in it. But
Dan, have you tasted it yet?
I have not, but it sounds like it needs some
really
Baileys.
good. It's just really good. It like warms you up. You know what I mean? Like it doesn't burn you out. It literally is like ooh, this is like, gets you going in the I have obviously too much energy. I can't shut the fuck up when you ask me anything. Like, I just like I'm trying not to uncork is what I'm trying to do.
Between the
over
weed
here.
and the coffee, Jeff, he's a mess right now. It's all
It's
like a fucking heart monitor. You
I'm
can't
like
handle it.
John Belushi over here.
Chiming in here on the instant feedback. Vanessa's chiming in. Do we know Ed Curry? Yes, I met Ed this year at the Hot Sauce Festival. He's a great human being, really fun guy, and a legend in the hot sauce game. That's for sure. Yeah, the coffee is an interesting thing. I can't wait to try that myself. I want to give that a go.
It's really good.
We have some things to try here too. We thought we'd try on the air with you guys to talk about a little bit. And one of the sauces I brought out to try here on the air is, I can't even say this, so I'm gonna hold it for the camera so everybody can see it. Here, let me make myself the big so you can see the
El Viagra.
Let's see it.
Oh yeah, look at this.
A picture of it.
Acrata El Viagra.
Acrata El Viagra.
I mean, give me a level here. How bad is this gonna light me up?
Heat wise, that one's not super hot.
Okay.
The Acrata peppers had great berry sweet flavors and a decent heat, but in the range of what we grow pepper wise, they're by no means hot.
And you've got that great cherry base that's going to
And
be
it's
in
a
there.
cherry base, so it's going
Yeah,
to
the cherry
Made
base
with
is
cherries.
good.
Okay.
Yeah, cherry's good.
So I just got
It was a
few chips to put
Venezuelan
some on.
pepper, Venezuelan Acrata pepper that we grew this year, and well, you couldn't not make the sauce with a name like that.
It's also known as goat's weed.
Oh, like the horny goat weed stuff?
Yes.
Oh, well, this is going to be difficult. This is not a great time of night to have this in my life. I'm just saying. This is not good.
This is delicious.
Have you tried this, Jeff?
I'm drinking it right now.
That's the
Oh, you're doing
pepper.
it right now. Oh, that's the pepper. Okay.
That's the pepper.
All right, I'm going to put a little bit here.
I love this shit. I've already.
Great flavor on this.
That's a lot. Here we go.
It's spicy, but not too spicy. But the flavor on it is incredible.
Ooh.
And our sauces are made kind of like our jams. We triple reduce them. We don't add only enough vinegar in our sauces to make them shelf stable and get that pH to where it's supposed to be, so that we can bottle them. And
otherwise, it's all pepper, all fruit,
flavor and
all
heat.
Flavor and heat.
Wow.
The heat, I was expecting heat to knock me on my ass. It comes in a little bit later on this.
Ooh, it's good.
It's
That's
real
a good. That's a nice hot sauce there. That's good. And how long does that heat linger?
Only a few minutes.
Mm-hmm.
It's one of the mellower ones. You know, we make sauces for all levels of interest. There's some sauces that we sell a ton of that are made more for mid-level heat, so everyone can enjoy it. We're not looking to frighten everyone away. And then you've got the higher end heat sauces, which not everyone's going to enjoy, but a lot of us do. So
your peach sauce is delicious too. That's a great sauce. Everyday sauce. This is delicious. The cherries come through, the peppers come through. It doesn't light you up. The heat's on the back of my tongue right now, back of my throat, but it's not overpowering me right now at all. This is delicious. And I'm guessing people can order this off the website, right?
Yes, they can order that. That one is a somewhat limited edition. That was a test run, short row of peppers from this year. They came out so well. They had a nice cherry flavor, and again, with the name, how could you not make the sauce? But yes, it is available.
That's a great sauce right there. And Dan, tell everybody where they can find this stuff if they want to go check it out.
Yeah, absolutely. The ColoradoScotchBonnets.com, and you go check Lean and Tree Microfarm.com on the IG. But ColoradoScotchBonnets.com is a beautiful website. You got all kinds of stuff on there. You got the dried chilies, you got the sauces, like anything you want is on there. Also, you guys have some stuff on Amazon, some dried chilies on Amazon, so they're everywhere. Check them out.
And Christmas time, like, is it too late to get stuff for Christmas yet or not yet?
No, not quite yet. No.
this week would be.
This coming week is going to obviously be a cut, but
You're like, hey,
depending where you are,
making any promises.
Yeah, we'll be shipping a lot of priority stuff next week.
Okay. Well, this is delicious. I highly recommend if you have a chili head in your family, check out these guys and check out their stuff because it's a lot of great choices. Everything I've had so far has been absolutely phenomenal. Dan, what's been one of the standouts for you from the box we got from them?
All right, so I gotta tell you, the Mata Frayed cherry bombs.
Oh,
these
yeah.
joints are the shit. I love these. I didn't know what they were. I put them in pasta. I made this beautiful like Italian sausage, rigatoni, like tomatoes, some ricotta, and I threw these in there, and they were spectacular. They're really good. I was just eating them because I'm crazy like that. But I love their size. They look really good in the sauce. They look like little tomatoes. So my daughter just took one and was like, "Oh shit." Spicy as hell. She loved it. She killed her plate. Like that. We love spicy food, so it was fun to like just throw it in there and her not really know what it was. She ate it. She was shocked, but it was delicious and it went really well. It added nice balance. They're really good. I like this, and all your stuff is very well balanced. Everything has the heat, but all the flavor that you add into it it comes out. It's great.
I don't think Jeff and Cindy, you realize like Dan doesn't compliment anybody. Like that's
it's true.
That's
it's
nice.
True.
We appreciate it.
We appreciate it.
He doesn't compliment
I
anybody.
like spicy food.
He does.
Yeah, fantastic
So good.
stuff. And I talked about the apricot jam. I love that. The peach hot sauce I have from you guys was absolutely delicious. And this one is fantastic too. I used some of your spice rubs earlier as well. Everything that you sent us is available on the website. Is that right?
That's correct. That is correct.
That's fantastic.
About 32 items. Yeah.
Yeah, I know you're a crazy person to do that. That's way too much stuff. Don't do that. You're a small business. Don't send me 32 things. That's crazy, dude.
I sent you all 32 things.
It's even worse. That's 96. That was math. See how quick I did that, Dan? Math.
Yeah.
Math.
Math.
I used
There's
half of
Jeffy.
it, just so
Here's
you know.
Jeffy.
I've used so much of
There he
it.
is.
Every single thing of mine is open. I do half of it. There's 7 peppers
in
of
the
pain. Incredible. Yo, everything. The strawberry, the sweet strawberry fire.
Oh, that's delicious.
This shit was fucking delicious. Talk about balance.
That actually was a bestseller, and I think we only had. You guys got the last bottles we had.
I think you guys got the last.
That'll
bottles
be the only sauce that won't be available
on the site.
Oh, will you make it again?
We could make that one really easily.
It was really popular.
So just, I want to talk about how when you make these sauces, is it just you guys making this, or are we co-packing somewhere? How's it happening?
No, it's just us.
We make them.
Oh my God, you guys are just making these by hand yourselves.
Small batch, short run, custom, very controlled. That's part of the fun. It's why we grow dozens of types of super hots and everything else. Again, it gives us a real range of flavors, heat, everything else to produce all this stuff with. Plus, it's a bunch of fun. So
that's amazing. So,
but yeah,
Jeff,
we make everything. We make everything personally. We start the seed. Actually, we have a couple of people that help with the farm in season, but beyond that, no, it's a whole bunch of us.
We do it.
I mean, 15,000 plants. I hope somebody's helping you, for God's sakes. That's a lot.
Sometimes we get some help.
Sometimes.
No, we have some good people that have worked with us during the season. Mainly when we get to picking is when you really need a bunch of extra people. So
now, how did the two of you meet? Because you get two pepperheads meeting like this. This is pretty cool.
We met the old-fashioned way on Match.com.
Oh,
nice.
There we go.
I like chilies, as do I.
We met on Match.com. It's funny. We actually have a video of Jeff when he first actually met Cindy, and they met, and Jeff was at work, and she walked up and started talking to him. And this is a video of Jeff at work.
Do you like hot fudge sundaes?
It's right there. He was a little uncomfortable to everybody.
Very nice. We met actually as the whole pandemic thing was starting. There was nowhere we could go out.
We've never been on a date.
We had never been on a date, really.
Jeff, what are you doing?
And I had the farm here, was working on heirloom tomatoes. One thing led to another, 15,000 plants and a successful hot sauce company, along with bunch of other things.
You weren't looking for a partner. You were looking for free labor. I figured it out.
Actually, it's my fault. All this got started because
it is her fault.
When I first met him, I saw the property and I was like, why aren't you growing vegetables? Why don't you have a garden? So we did. We did a small garden. We did a small garden. We grew way too much stuff for just him and I, and we started donating it to Salvation Army Food Bank, and they loved it. Like we were donating thousands of pounds worth of produce.
How big was this garden?
I know.
It was pretty big. I mean, well, we've got 2 acres. We just took and put a few rows out there, and it just ended up growing really well. And then we just started expanding it. We started the farmers market, and then like he said, was the best test kitchen ever. Wow. We realized our first year at market what a demand for the types of peppers that we were offering.
We couldn't believe the demand, actually.
And it has really just grown from between the heirloom tomatoes. We could take 30 totes of tomatoes there. We'll sell every one of them
in about 5 hours.
People love the heirloom tomatoes. Everyone around here grows, your regular tomato that you would get in the stores. We grow stuff that you're not going to find in the stores.
You're not going to find them anywhere. So same as the peppers, and the combination thereof, again, very popular. But yeah, it started out beginning of the pandemic about 4 years ago. We had the field, and then it just expanding. And this past year, we really maxed out the field. We'll see if we can do a little more in 2024, but there's not much room left with what we have to work with here. So but that's not a bad thing.
That's great.
How many plants can you actually deal with? So
well, in 2021, we saw. I was reading some articles on agriculture and peppers, specifically Scotch bonnet peppers, and how high the demand is here in the States. There aren't a lot of growers of Scotch bonnet peppers here. Most of your Scotch bonnet peppers are being imported over from Jamaica or, the other Caribbean states that are Caribbean areas that have that long grow season. We're in an area here where we do get the long grow season, sometimes through October.
Yeah,
wow.
So, yeah, we were still pulling peppers in October out here in our fields. So, seeing the demand for the Scotch bonnets and that you can't get them here, in quantities. Well, we are trying to change all that. So we created ColoradoScotchBonnets.com to give people a chance to get, those peppers here in the United States.
Grown in the United States.
Grown, naturally
also
dried.
Available.
And we're not talking dehydrated.
Oh, look at this.
These are naturally dried peppers.
These little guys here, we grow thousands of Scotch bonnet plants strictly for these because dried, they instantly became 2 of the top selling pepper products on Amazon and some of the other e-commerce sites. That showed us the demand. We can't keep them in stock. We run out. We grow more and more every year, but we still sell out by April every year. Why?
Oh, yeah.
That's
awesome.
That's awesome.
When they're air dried, you can either grind them and use them, or if you rehydrate them, they look just like a fresh pepper again. And
what's the drying process? What's the drying process?
Yeah, I was going to ask that too.
Giant racks with fans and a dehumidifier in a small greenhouse.
Okay, that'll do the trick. That'll do the trick.
The greenhouse essentially gets flipped from being our grow room
for starting seeds,
for starting to
drying
these our peppers at the end of the year when we're harvesting.
That's amazing. And so 2 things. One, do you have Scotch bonnets growing behind you right now? Is that what we're looking at in the background?
There's some Scotch brains.
This is the Scotch bonnet.
What else have we got? These are Marugas.
Those are Scotch brains.
Brains.
This is an Aleppo cross. Yeah. We're not real sure what it's crossed with, but the Aleppo peppers, Jeff, for the Aleppo pepper.
I love the Aleppos.
A lot of chefs love Aleppo peppers.
We crossed those in long story. But we have a couple of greenhouses, and we still have a bunch of pepper plants going. In one of them, brought some in for the podcast tonight just to have them in the background.
It looks great. Dan, you got a picture of the Scotch brains, right? We
Yeah,
can see the
Scotch brains.
Look at this.
Right there.
Oh, Jesus. It looks like a brain.
But
crazy.
to also be able to pull fresh peppers this time of year for something to eat is, I don't know. We have greenhouses. It's kind of a bonus. You know what I mean?
Awesome. Hey, I know we're getting close to the time's kind of getting up, and I know the boys have a question for you, but how did you guys get involved in doing this? Like, how did you get involved and say, we're going to do peppers? I know the demand is there. People want to have it, but how did you learn how to do this? Because growing peppers is, you have to know how to do it.
Yeah, we both have extensive backgrounds with gardening. I
have a horticulture degree.
She has a horticulture degree.
That's
I've been growing heirloom tomatoes for years. I grew them back in the Hamptons before I moved here on the side. And again, this area lends itself to peppers. They grow the Pueblo chilies are real popular here all over the Southwest. We wanted to grow something a little different, not compete with the traditional pepper of the area. And It started with the bonnets, mainly from, like Cindy said, for a demand point of view. And then well, let's just say it spiraled kind of out of control from there to where we are today.
It has.
I love it, man. You guys are doing fantastic, and the products are just delicious. And we're not trying to do a commercial here, but honestly, you guys, we wouldn't talk about it. It's great stuff, and I'm hooked on it and can't wait to order more of it. And we're even talking about trying to use this in the future for an event we got coming up here. Dan, any questions before we get these guys out of here, man? We've had them here all night.
Yeah, I just have a quick question for both of you. Maybe you can both answer, but I'm just curious, of all these peppers, which is your go-to favorite pepper that you would, what's your joint?
Scotch bonnet.
and Jeff. Scotch bonnet?
Scotch bonnet.
Yeah, I'm going to say.
It's the most versatile pepper
Scotch
that
bonnet.
you could have. You could put it in pretty much anything. We have them in red as well. So the red are not as fruity flavored. So if you're looking for to throw it in your chili and not have the real fruity flavor of the yellow, you would use your reds. But I think the Scotch bonnet, as far as the heat level goes, it's not the hottest pepper, but it is mid-range pepper. And the more you use of it, the hotter you can make it. So for me, it would be a Scotch bonnet pepper. I love working with the Scotch bonnet pepper, and I also love working with our roulettes, which are probably about the same range of heat as that Scotch bonnet is.
Explain your roulette peppers, because we haven't heard about your roulette peppers. We talked about earlier, but I don't think we talked about it.
The roulettes are something we created in the field a few years ago. It's a cross between a bonnet reaper and a ghost.
My God.
It's got a very sweet profile with a hotter than a regular Scotch bonnet heat, but not completely out of control. Much like the bonnets, it's one of the most versatile peppers we grow. You use a bit of it, you get good heat. If you want to nuke yourself, use a bunch of it. If you want something mellow, use less. Again, it's for people making chili and stuff at home. A lot of people like a certain level of heat. A lot of people want to ramp it up, but also add a ton of flavor, not just the pure heat. The bonnets and the roulettes, yeah, she's right. They are the most versatile pepper we grow. And we grow more of them than anything else. So.
And the roulettes are in your coffee, Jeffy.
Yeah, the roulettes are in the coffee Jeff's drinking.
Yeah.
That's the pepper.
Which is absolutely delicious. Absolutely delicious. I just tried that Pain Part Deux hot sauce.
Yeah.
Seven peppers of pain.
How was that, Jeff?
It is so hot. And the thing is, it's really delicious, and they have it almost comes across as very sweet at first. Like when you first taste it, I was like, what the fuck were they talking about? This isn't hot at all. And then I'm like,
smell them.
Why did they
why
did they hate me? Why did they do that? Why did they the old switcheroo?
Why they
it smells so savory.
Yeah, well, because it's so delicious. So, but then there's like this. It's like it just like it feels like someone is burning my tongue, but just my tongue where I put the hot sauce, just that one spot where I first ate the hot sauce. Like
maybe
it's like
have another bite.
Maybe we should have another bite, Jeff.
It's good.
That's what it wants.
We
That's
think
what
you
it
should
wants.
have another bite.
Dan's already drank half the bottle here. Look, Dan's going.
Yeah,
to
it has a
town
nice
over
texture too. I love this shit. This shit is good. I put this on a few things. It's really good. The 7 peppers
So
and pain
good.
is delicious.
The range of flavors you can get, right? And that's the key.
It's absolutely wild.
And I like the texture on it too. The texture coats your tongue differently. It doesn't just because of the texture is kind of chunky, but creamy. It kind of sits there and it lingers in your mouth, and it has this nice like earthiness. It's not where a lot of your other ones are very fruity. This one's very earthy, along with that spice that kind of just hits you in the end. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
That one's more of the sweetness. Most of the sweetness that you're getting out of that's going to be from the peppers.
From the peppers. That's really just peppers.
Yeah, that's
not a fruit base in that one.
So good.
Wow.
Well,
that's why there's so many different flavors that you're tasting with that one, because
It's the peppers themselves.
That is the pepper hot sauce.
I thought for sure that was fruit forward. That's how sweet it is.
Now,
It's so good.
The beauty of some of the super hots, the Reapers, the Marugas, etc., is they have an unbelievable sweet flavor to them for about 2 seconds while you eat them, and then you're just screwed and you lose that fruit flavor. With the sauces, we'll try to bring that out again in the beginning before hating on you a bit. So
no, and he's right. The Reaper is actually very fruity if you can taste that before the heat hits.
Yeah, before it burns your tongue off. So.
Well, we got to get you guys up here in New York to do the New York Hot Sauce Expo. It's a fantastic event. We got to make sure we keep in touch, dude, because I think we can make this happen. I think you guys should definitely enter in. I mean, this cherry Viagra sauce should 100% get in there.
We also got to talk about this right here.
Oh, which one's that one, Jeffy? That's the nuts?
The nuts?
Jeff's nuts.
Oh,
you guys got to get on the website right now, order a bag of Jeff's nuts, and put them in your mouth.
My daughter enjoyed these.
Wait, that's the commercial.
My daughter enjoyed these. That's an endorsement. Wow.
Oh boy.
Good nuts.
My spicy chocolate maple nuts. They're excellent.
Chocolate maple spicy nuts.
Spiked with Reaper powder.
Just a quick question, just in regards to hot sauce for you, coming in from our friend Vanessa over here. That stuff that's hotter Scoville wise, like things like on. I guess she's talking about the show, the hot ones, right? Not really hot sauces. The bomb for some reason tends to really blow people up. What other component is there in there besides Scoville that counts for heat? You guys ever know anything that adds more heat to it?
A lot of people will use vinegar because it does seem to
bite.
It's not that it's heat; it's that it's bite. You're right. You said it right there. It makes it feel like it's more heat, but it's really not. It's just the vinegar and the strong taste that it creates.
And I think you're right. We don't use it.
You use that if you put that pepper on there, and that capsaicin literally does burn your skin a little bit, right?
Mm-hmm.
So think about that. If you cut yourself, if you hurt yourself, if you burn yourself, and you put vinegar in it, it kind of sucks. So if you burn your tongue and you put vinegar on top of it, it's gonna feel like it kind of sucks for a minute. It's gonna burn more. So it does kind of go hand in hand. I do think that a lot of these things too. I think that the bomb sauce really is just like liquid capsaicin. Like I don't think there's any other flavors to it. I think
is that again?
Yeah, it's extract. It's just straight extract. That's what I'm looking for. Which is that's just dumb. Why would we do that? We don't need to do that. That's too much. Like, oh, Jeff, you like that? He just made a face like, don't be a bitch.
We made an extract last year accidentally. It was one of those things you're cooking it down, you taste it, and you're like, oh, fuck. And nobody's going to eat this. But we actually sold out, even though we labeled it as an extract, and people would try it, and they're like, oh my God, that's pure evil in a bottle. Yeah, it is. But it was really good. And we sold out of it. So we're going to make more.
It was Colorado blood plum base.
It was a Colorado blood plum base and was by itself almost inedible, but it had a heat that added to, I mean, you could spice anything with a tiny amount of that. We were surprised.
You ever think about like misting people like a rape spray or something
Oh,
with it, or
A rape
With
spray.
military grade heat plus.
It is.
But you know, again, that was the beauty always the beauty of the old Colorado City Farmers Market. Is, you know, hey, try this. You know, if you want something scorchingly hot, and you know, 5 out of 6 people walk away in pain, but one person be like, yeah, we'll buy that.
Yep.
And
Look, you laugh like you're doing right now. You start laughing. This is terrible.
well, the thing is, I'll eat it too. I'll eat it at the market with them. I like extreme heat, even if it lasts for a while. But no, the extracts, everything has its place, and it's up to, you know, the individual eating it. How hot do you want it? Hey, you want it that hot? We'll deliver.
I don't know if I agree.
And at market we do. You're able to try anything that we offer before you buy it. So
you can try the peppers, you can try the hot sauces, you can try the hot jams, and
that's great.
The result is usually sale.
Well,
a little bit of sweating.
it's fun when they want to try the peppers, though.
Because they think it's popular that you want to watch. Like, here, try this one, and then you're like,
well, you get people who are, give us your hottest pepper. You know, they're all tough, and you know,
it's always that
you
guy.
want our hottest pepper, do you? Okay, and you give them one, and once in a while you'll get someone who knows what they're getting into, but most of the time you watch the look on their face change from enthusiastic to, you know, kind of hurt, and then you see some sweat, and
then they turn around and walk off.
And walk away, and it's, you know, I know I've done my job.
It goes from they're all brazen about it to they give them a bite of pepper. Then the first look they start to get is one. It looks like they have to pee. And
yeah,
then
the bravado is gone instantly, and but there are plenty of people that we know, regular customers, people wandering through for one of the weekend markets who want it. We give it to them. They're like, "Oh, that is hot, thank God!" And they buy a bunch, and then they come back and tell us what they made.
Yes.
Or they bring us a bottle of amazing hot sauce they made themselves with our stuff, and that's rewarding.
It is.
That's fantastic. I love that story. That's great. You guys got to check this out. Leaning Tree Micro Farm. These guys are fantastic, making amazing products. Very, very delicious. You can get their information at coloradoscotchbonnets.com. You can order ingredients. Check them out at Leaning Tree Micro Farm on Instagram. Before we get you guys out of here, I got to tell you, speaking of brazen, this past year, you got to check out our episode we did at the New York Hot Sauce Expo. We had Jeff enter in to the Spicy Wings of Death contest that happens on the stage of Doom.
It was tough.
And Dan and I try to commentate what happens. At one point, Jeff, he thinks he's hearing goats. Like there's just things happening that makes no sense to him. His face is making different. There's things moving his face different directions I've never seen before. He's lit up on fire, and it's pretty fun to watch. Jeff, do you remember the peppers that were on those wings?
Yeah, it was a hot sauce. By that lady,
ones.
Yeah, it was a scorpion hot sauce, but then they put scorpion and reaper powder all over on top. Yep. So like they were like shooken in hot sauce and then covered in powder.
Shooken.
And yeah, shooken, not stirred. Anyway, it was it was pretty hard. It was hardcore. It was hardcore. Yeah. 10 wings. I got 7 down. About 3 wings in.
You failed us, Jeff.
3 wings in, it was like a real kick in the mouth.
I mean, Jeff gets off the stage and he's basically looking at me and Dan. He's like, "I don't know what to do. Help me." Help me.
It's okay to cry. So.
And then being the brazen gentleman he is, Dan, he's like, "Let me try one of those. Give me that wing." He eats one. He's like, "Oh shit, this is terrible. Why would you do this?"
So another kid in the crowd asked for one too. Some random guy came up and goes, "Yo, can I try one?" And I was like, "Hell yeah, bro! Here." He like a couple bites. He was like, "Oh!" He threw it down. I was just like, "Yeah, that's how I felt." But I was on stage, so I couldn't just bitch out. I had to like.
Well, then Jeff started. He started getting tough again because then when things like that happen, he goes, "Yeah, I ate 7, motherfucker. I ate 7 of them. You can't have 1." It was pretty great.
First of all, I didn't drink milk.
Festival. You'll have a great time. It's so fun. It's really, really a great time. Great people. Hot sauce people and pepperheads are some of the greatest people. They're so nice. All diverse group. And it is a group of people. Am I wrong? Like pepperheads are a group of people.
Absolutely. Definitely.
Dan, give these guys a plug before we get them out of here.
Absolutely. Check them out. The Leaning Tree Micro Farm. Look up ColoradoScotchBonnets.com. You can find everything you want to find. You're going to find everything that they're selling, everything we're talking about, every pepper they have, every sauce is available. It's going to be on there. Give them a follow on Leaning Tree Micro Farm on IG, and you're going to see what they got coming out soon, and maybe some stuff that's for the future that you're going to want to step on and get ahead of. Because so far everything I've tried is delicious. Everything
really good
is
products.
well balanced. It really is. It's really
made with
good
care,
balance.
made with love. Great stuff. A lot of great flavors.
Flavor, spice, sweet.
You guys
everything.
have done
These nuts
fantastic.
are absolutely addictive. I'm telling you, you guys haven't started yet, but once you get going, you don't want to stop.
Yep.
Jeff,
so
I
good.
think he loves your nuts, brother. I think he loves your nuts.
That's
Enjoy my nuts.
There we go.
That's
Ladies
a serious
and gentlemen,
endorsement.
Cindy and Jeff from Leaning Tree Micro Farm. Thank you, friends. We appreciate you. We'll be in touch.
Thank
You
you.
guys are
Thanks
awesome.
for having us. We really
Thank you very
appreciate
much. You guys are awesome. There we go. Hey,
Those
Jeffy,
guys are
those
amazing.
guys are great, man. A lot of fun.
Dude, such good people. Such good people. Jeff's the man. Eric introduced me to him. They grew up together from in the Hamptons.
Yeah.
And just a great dude, man. Just a great dude. And Cindy's amazing. And the fact that they're doing it all small batch and they're doing it all themselves. That's why I said I'm not sure if they can make another gallon. I didn't know. I know they dry peppers, but I didn't know if they had a lot dried because I know they sell the shit out of their stuff. It's like wild.
We'll
They'll
figure
send
out
me
what we
pictures.
need, and then we'll reach out to them. He was like, they were like, let us know what you need. We'll make it happen. And I don't want to make them go make a bunch of batches of it, but if they've got it, they can do it. That's it, you know.
But I mean,
Dave's chiming in on Insta feedback says, "Enjoy my nuts" needs to be a soundbite. I think I agree. We should make that happen for sure. Yeah, really great stuff there. I enjoy that. And I think honestly, it's interesting. You know, when Vanessa brought up like how come it's become a thing, like how come so many people now like love hot things, and I think she's absolutely right. It's become a whole like segment of stuff. You know,
it has become a whole segment of things because niches eventually become a trend, right? Like when something's like a niche for a long time,
right?
They're building like popularity, you know, like there's like things that kind of build around that niche, and like the TV, for instance, like the show Hot Ones,
right? Just
it's
build
like a
that,
really
right?
interesting way to like bring people into like the hot world and like have people interested in even trying the hot food. Access, exactly, Dave.
Yeah, Dave's chiming in some feedback. He says access. Yeah, I agree. And I think it's just that people are starting to understand that a jalapeno isn't like the epitome of something that's spicy, you know? And adding spicy food adds a whole new dynamic to your meal, to your flavors, to your dishes, you know? Dan, you're really close to your camera, buddy. It looks a little bit like, I don't know.
I'm trying to think about what kind of dreams I'm going to have tonight because my mouth is on fire. I just keep shoving hot sauce in my face. I just put hot sauce on the fucking nuts. I'm like, this is fucking.
Put hot sauce on your nuts. Whoa.
Yeah, put hot sauce. I do have hot sauce on my nuts, but you know, it's a different conversation. That'll be for after the show.
It's getting weird. You're dancing. You're not dancing.
I watched a guy go to the hospital for that once. You gotta be careful.
Yo, it is burning. It is all over my sweatpants. I dripped it all over my sweatpants, and I keep. Yes, it's not fun. But I'm here for the show.
I like that. That's what you do for this, and someone's got to do it. I appreciate that, Dan.
I'm keeping a straight face. You have no idea what's going on behind the scenes in my brain.
All right, well, you know, listen, so I love the fact of supporting small businesses like this and people who make amazing products. And these guys do make amazing products. Check them out. It's really, really good stuff. I feel like I've got so many fun things to do for the holidays with this stuff. I can't wait. I'm going to make some shit. I'm going to tag them on Instagram so you can see what we're making. It's going to be really, really fun.
And not only do they make amazing products, but as chefs, we can make I make so much cool shit with their peppers. Like Jeff's like the homie. He like sends me a big ass box of fresh peppers of all different flavors, and I'm like those Mata Friata ones. I dried some out. There's a Calabrian chili that I really enjoy that they dry out and you just snack on it like dry.
Really?
I dried those ones out and it was just like snacking on them, dried and crunchy. Dude, they are incredible as like a little snack. I mean, there's like so many like fun different things you can do with it. I mean, I fermented the shit out of those carrot peppers with carrots.
Nice.
I made a crazy hot sauce. I've used his all different Scotch bonnets that he has, a different array of them. Made it all different fruit-based sauces up myself. I mean,
sounds delicious. Dave's chiming on the feedback again, talking about Chef Dave's timing in. He says a spicy nut brittle using those nuts. Why not? That could work.
It's kind of what they are, but yeah.
We didn't even talk about the mole one. They got this prairie mole.
Oh shit! I want to bring it the mole.
I added this shit to some chick. I did I did a beef dish.
It's
I did
so
like
good.
a beef stew, and I added it to it, and I added this nice richness and depth of flavor to it. That was really good. Yeah, they have their all their stuff is really well done. Everything has a good amount of flavor, but it's like spice and flavor. Where some places they're just so overly spiced, and to use these hot peppers, these traditionally like you're talking about super hot peppers, and still, as all the stuff we've tasted, I'm still capable of not having to be like, oh my god, I can't handle my life.
Yeah,
you know, like I'm still good. Like it's lingering.
You have a
there,
high tolerance too. Let's be honest. You have a high tolerance.
That's true. Yeah,
I'm definitely chili high. Like I have that
you're double high,
chili buzz high. Well, that too, but I'm also because I've like that part due shit. That's serious. I put some of that on a little nut. It's a little crazy.
That's a little crazy. Well, big shout out to Leading Tree Micro Farm, Jeff and Cindy. They're fantastic. We appreciate them joining us here on the program. Listen, if you got a chili head in your family, you got someone who likes hot sauce, don't buy them that fucking stupid little like kit of hot sauces that you get from the store or something like that. Go find somebody awesome like Leading Tree Micro Farm. Get some stuff from them. That stuff is delicious. It's amazing. And I'll tell you right now, it's going to be well worth it. Vanessa's chiming on instant feedback. Ed Curry is the current Guinness World Record holder for Pepper X as of right now. That is true. She wants you to dethrone him. Come on. We can make it happen, Leading Tree. Let's dethrone Ed Curry. I should be careful saying that. We're going to get hate mail for that if I'm not.
No.
Whatever.
I'm going to be careful.
Small community.
But why not? Get in there. Make it happen. And even Ed was like, that shit's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. I mean, when you can put a pepper, it's so spicy in your fucking car and it works like fuel, that's fucking spicy.
Powers your car, powers your house.
Yeah, no, Vanessa's chiming again, make the hottest one. Yeah, absolutely. That's what we're saying. Like they were talking about it here too, about, having different peppers and mixing them together and breeding different peppers and doing hybrids. That's how that shit happens. It goes down that way. The rumor mill is apparently in the pepper world. When people first came over here, the original first peppers that were being grown, or chilies that were being grown, were basically looked like little cherry peppers, and that was it. And then after just being crossbred with different things it changes, and now we have all these different varieties of it.
Who told you that?
I was fascinated to find out how the sun affects the spice of the chili. That was interesting. I didn't never actually put that together, that the heat would affect.
Yeah, like a hotter place will produce hotter chilies. That's why, like in certain places in Mexico, like the Yucatan and stuff like that, they produce like crazy hot chilies because of like a big,
Yeah, I equate it to being a lot like growing grapes for wine. Like it really, the ground, the whole area that it grows in, like all that really makes a big difference in how the chilies grow. Our friends over at High River Hot Sauces, he grows all this stuff indoors and he plays Metallica and Slayer super loud all day long to his peppers because he thinks it makes them spicier.
Okay, that's cool.
I know that guy from Slayer. He's cool.
Listen, man, Rocky Mountain hot. That's what they're producing out there, Colorado.
I love it. Well, guys, we're getting closer and closer to the holidays. We got a show next week, right, Jeff? And then we're not really taking a break, are we?
I don't think we take any breaks.
Yeah, we're gonna keep moving through. All right, well, cool. Well, that sounds good. Fun things coming up. It's gonna be amazing. We got some great guests lined up. We're working on even greater guests lining up. It's gonna be really, really fun. Check out Leading Tree Micro Farm. They got a great products. Really good stuff. We're really enjoying it. Get in there. I'm telling you, any sauce that has the balls to call itself Viagra, give it a go. I'm telling you, it makes a difference. I'm at least.
My wife was satisfied after I was done with that.
I'm at least 10:30 right now. That's all I'm saying. At least 10:30.
Yeah. My wife was very happy. I'm about to go home.
10:30, 11. 10:30, 11. That's where we're at. Just
10:30, 11. Just bobbing. I like that.
Yeah, it's kind of up and down. It's up and down.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Vanessa's she wants to know. She's curious what the limit of the Scovilles. I don't know what the highest limit is. I know that you can find out like what
quadrillion.
There it is, quadrillion. What the level's been so far, but I think it just keeps getting higher and higher every year. I don't know if there is a limit yet. How strong is the Hulk? We don't know. That's how I look at it. We have no idea.
No one knows.
Hulk can't even scotch on it.
I don't know. I feel like Scoville. I feel like They probably get beat by Pleasantville.
Jesus, he's done.
That sounded better in your mind. Yeah, it sounded better in your
That joke was better in your brain.
Okay, Jeff.
And Jeffy's done for the night. No more internet for Jeffy. Enough internet for Jeffy. There we go.
Too many of them hot nuts.
Between this show and the Instagram videos he sends me, Jeffy's done with the internet for the day. There we go. Listen, big shout out to our friends over at the Micro Farm, Cindy and Jeff. They are fantastic, making great stuff. Check them out. ColoradoScotchBonnet.com. Is that what it is?
Yep.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, check them out. Get some peppers there. Get some of their stuff. Get some of their jam. Check it out. Get stuff in there soon because I'm telling you, you want to get it for holidays. You got a pepperhead in your family. That's the way to go. Small businesses support these people. It's really, really great products. Dan, final thoughts.
My mouth is on fire. I'm super happy to have all these beautiful hot sauces. I love to be able to try a bunch of different things and be blown away by each and every one of them for different reasons, and for them to all have different flavor profiles. And like, to me, when it comes to food, being able to taste almost the same thing done a multitude of different ways shows you like what we're dealing with in the culinary field. When you say you can learn it all, you can't learn it all. There's so many different ways of transforming food, and to have all these different peppers done so many different ways, so many different flavors. So amazing. I'm blown away. I love it. I'm a happy motherfucker right now. That's all I got to say.
That's my land the plane icon there.
Is that what that is?
Yeah,
I was excited. I love hot sauce.
Somebody else is a little high too, it sounds
spice. Like. Yeah, we all high on that peppers. We've been eating chilies, just throwing hot sauce down.
Jeffy, final thoughts. Final thoughts. We get them out of here. We gotta end this.
Yeah,
program.
Listen, man. My final thoughts on this show are this is so fun. I love eating hot sauce. These guys are amazing. 31 different hot sauces, peppers, chilies, hot jams.
Stop whining.
I'm not whining. I'm not whining.
No. I didn't mean to do that. Hit on accident. Go ahead. I didn't mean to. It was a total accident. Go ahead. You finish your thought, Jeffy. It's a good thought. No, let's finish off. It's a good thought.
Now I have no thoughts left.
You can act like a man. What's the matter with you?
Strawberry fire, baby.
It's more like John G. killed my wife.
What?
Sorry, Jeffy. I didn't mean to. It was an accident. I didn't mean for it to happen. It just happened.
It's all love.
Yeah, 100% all love. I think it's great. And you're right, Jeffy. I think that's the way to go. Final thoughts, Jeffy.
My final thoughts. Plum.
So you get nothing. You lose. Good day, sir.
Final thoughts,
Suck it.
Jeffy.
Suck
Final
it.
thoughts.
Suck it.
Jeff, no,
Suck it.
I don't
Suck
mean it
it.
to bud. It's an accident.
No.
Final thoughts from Jeffy. Here we go.
Listen, suck it.
You ever seen a grown man naked?
I gotta be honest.
Yeah.
Let the match.
Jeffy's gonna be honest. Sorry, go ahead, Jeffy.
You gotta be honest.
Big bucks, no whammies, stop!
Stop it, oh whammy.
It's not fair. Every time I think I'm gonna say something, you do some shit.
It was an accident. The buttons are just so accidentally hitting them. Friends, we appreciate you guys joining us here on the show tonight. We hope you enjoy this. Podcast version will be out tomorrow afternoon, of course. We can't thank our guests enough. Lean Tree Micro Farm, check them out. Making great stuff, great products. It's amazing. A lot of fun things coming up. Friends, also remember our friends over at the Mohegan Sun Food and Wine Fest. Go check that out if you're anywhere near the Northeast. It's worth a trip. I can't tell you enough how much of a trip it is worth. Yes, and I'm growing horns apparently because I'm the devil. So there we go. I don't think that's true. I don't think it's true at all. And friends, also remember, take a few extra seconds tonight and be grateful for the things you got, the people that you have in your life. I am thinking about really hard as a person who lives in Newtown, Connecticut, what we went through here 11 years ago. This is the anniversary of it, if you want to call it that. Take a little extra time tonight. Look at the stars a little bit longer in the sky and think about the people that you lost. And understand that those people are the ones that make us always remember that 4-letter word love. That is very, very important. So friends, remember that. Think about your friends. Tell your friends you love them. Tell your family you love them. Do something nice for somebody, for God's sakes. Buy coffee for somebody online. Root for somebody else's kid at their other sporting event. I'm telling you, it makes a difference. Do something nice for somebody. It can change their life. It's really, really important to do. Friends, remember, food is one of the most important things that we have in life. Everything important in life revolves around food. Let's make sure we give the time it deserves. For Chef Dan, for Chef Jeffy, my name is Chef Plum. Shout out to our friends at Leading Tree Micro Farm. We'll see you guys next week right here on Plum Love Foods Live. Have a great night, guys. We appreciate you. Take care. Peace.
Coming up on the next Plum Love Foods.
It's not the outro.
From the tower of power, too sweet to be sour, I'm funky like a monkey. Sky's the limit and space is the place.
Thank you for listening to Plum Love Foods Live. See you next week, good brothers and sisters.
Do you think I'm crazy?